And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
Brady now to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
A gain of 30.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 25 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're backing off, just running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
And makes this goal.
Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Brought down at the
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up
certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Here's Breida. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a cross of bodies here, it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Call it a loss of 12 that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Brady. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Third down.
From the gun on third down, Brady. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Fourth down.
They'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Open man has got one. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
The ball carrier.
11 more on that one and another first down.
First and goal, Tampa Bay.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a second and goal. Now Brady. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown.
O.J. Howard. Touchdown.
O.J. Howard there to make the grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
The Bucs will.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And bulldozing his way through. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Nick puts it off. Great return as they're finally able to take him down. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory.
That's the end of the first.
16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports.
Nothing.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
20-yard line.
To throw again. Brady. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Down at the 4-yard.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Second and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, it's Brady. And he hauls it in for a Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller there to make the grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Operating from the gun. Brady, and he's got it. Try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, LA! Matt Breida, 75 yards. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Brady. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Brady now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 yards on on the play. First down.
First down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. He finds Howard complete, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. Brady now on first down. He's going to go on top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half, they've got to turn things around quickly. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
4-yard line.
Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will score. Touchdown. We'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Here's Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And way out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. Timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Gaines' kick is good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Pinion to kick off.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Frito, the ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Ronald Jones.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The 1-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. To throw is Brady, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
41, Rams 12.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Devin White showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Goff. In trouble here, down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taken from just outside the 30. And he's out of NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down carry by Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Now Goff on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To the air again. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Goff. As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Super 66.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mike Edwards picks it off. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. Bud Dupree, a former 1st-round pick, in on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From midfield, here's Brady. Flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's third down. The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Jones. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Raekwon McMillan on the tackle. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
They'll go again to Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Jones again.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
3rd down.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's got Evans. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Tampa Bay.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Again, it's Jones. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On 3rd down, Brady. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Now Brady. Incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
It's a turnover on downs.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. At
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Now a desperation throw, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. 71 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple of things
sure they get their security deposit back.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Yards. And a Buccaneer first down.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong. I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the backflip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
The Buccaneers are moving on in these playoffs as we say thanks for watching and so long.